the energy problem. We cannot take energy from essential functions of our society, essential resources from people who need it, like what happened in Lake Tahoe, right? Where people just took away electricity from people in Lake Tahoe, Nevada. They don't have access to electricity anymore. Why? Because it needs to power a data center. The utility company was like, hey, you need to find a different source of electricity because we're not going to provide it to you anymore. And how hard is it for an average person to find a new source of electricity? Very hard. So it's really unfair for you to do that to people, but it was done. It was done to people on behalf of AI. Of course, the job loss, which is going to be so profound. People are going to lose all economic leverage. The average person is not going to be able to find a job. They're not going to be able to work. So if you're not able to work, you have no economic leverage. You don't have no access to resources. You have nothing to trade for resources, because in the past you could trade your labor for money. Even today, you can still trade your labor for money. You say, I'm willing to work, and you find somebody who's in business or somewhere else that says, okay, I'm willing to pay you for your work. But if AI replaces that fully, there's nobody willing to pay for your work. You cannot work. You cannot sell your labor in exchange for money. And so you cannot pay for your own survival. You cannot pay for the survival of your family. People are going to have even less families. Humanity is going to collapse. Families are going to collapse. We're still going to live because human beings rely on agriculture. We could go back to the farms and to the farmlands. If AI hasn't taken all of it in order to build data centers, as they are doing, they're buying farms. They're suing farmers in order to buy their farmland to build AI data centers. It's one of the biggest calamities of this time. It's one of the big controversies as well, that humanity faces this possibility of being utterly replaced and of having its suffering be increased 100-fold, 1,000-fold what it was after the Industrial Revolution, due to the First and the Second World War, and all the different movements and religions that were built, the religions of communism, capitalism, and fascism. All those religions, they competed. And ultimately, of course, the religion of freedom ended up being the religion of capitalism. But that religion could very easily mix and become something else, transform into something else, something very scary, something which yields military power in the name of AI. So AI is able to yield military power. And if that happens, we could have a very big problem.